'Cause I was on my knees, begging the Most High, please. Father, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Promise I will change, promise I will be a righteous man with a righteous plan, you see.
That's up on your celebratory moment.
Thank you, my brother. Got the J.O.B. for the family.
Man, first and foremost, we give all praise to the esteemed one, El Elohe of Israel, El Elyon of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yes.
You know, we thank you for that.
They should die.
You know?
What up? Congratulations.
No, I brought it home to you, baby.
What?
And I never spent a cent.
You fading in and out, bro. I can't hear you.
Because you're loud.
I can barely hear you.
Now, hold on. Let me tell something.
Do you think I want my loved one
I love you. Woo! What you know about that, man?
more than you'll ever know? Yeah. More than you'll
What up?
Now listen to this. I'm not
You got
What?
You might have to turn it up in your end. My mic is good.
Let me ask you something. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine, brother. I hear that song louder than I hear that song more than you do.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Which one sounds better? This one or this one? This one or this one? This one?
Say this one and then say this one.
This one? This one? This one?
No.
This one?
I go la 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 la
la la la la la la la la la la la la. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Which one's better?
Do it again?
No. What you say?
You said that'd be a vote. Your viewers vote on.
You might.
On my what?
You got your sound all the way up in your end?
Yeah. This thing got a little twist thingy, and I'm like, I always thought that was the sound, but obviously it's not. Can you hear me loud and clear on this one?
I always been hearing you perfect.
All right, perfect. I feel like that Louisiana Blues right there. It's been so long, brother. I can picture myself in a juke joint coming up to some old female, old girl named Beulah. And I got my sharecropper shirt on. Ma'am.
Beulah.
How you doing, madam? You know what I'm saying? Some chick named Etna. One of them old names. You know what I'm saying?
Coretta.
Yeah, Coretta. They don't make no Corettas and Etnas and Beulahs no more, and Magdalens and shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to get you a Magdalene, not you up there trying to chase cinnamon. You need to go get a damn Magdalene. My man out there trying to get a goddamn, diamond or ace of spades and shit.
Mercedes.
Yeah. You trying to go get a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get Mercedes to drop it like it's lukewarm. You better get you one of them chicks that wear the thick stockings, the ones you can't even see through. and the penny loafers that only got one penny in it.
Stupid. Bro, what are you drinking on, man?
I'm actually drinking on this wine called Josh. It's a strawberry wine. Yeah, I like dry wines. It's a dry wine. The other one I was drinking on is by Josh as well, and it's a
Josh got like the horse on it. No, no.
no. I'll show you the bottle later on. The dark one is blueberries and blackberries and cherry, and this one is strawberry. Hey, babe, can you have one of them? Come hand me one of them Josh bottles.
Josh, one of them. My boy's a
Yeah,
real.
I had two of them. Them wine bottles, those that got Josh on it. If we ain't say it, man, welcome to another installment on
show, baby. Another day.
BLACKMANS THOUGHTS. It's been a long time.
Long time.
We've been sick. We've been out there, just making transitions in our lives that impact our families. Thanks, baby. That impact our families. You see it?
Okay, yeah, I see Josh.
Yeah, this is Rose.
From Publix.
Yeah, to impact our lives, man. And just making some changes, man. People go through downtimes. They go through those times that you don't see people struggle. You don't see them praying and suffering, and only thing you see is the Instagram picture that say, "Hey, I got a new job," or the glow up, but you don't ever see them getting it out of the mud, or you know what I'm saying, or their hands down in the mud trying to make a turn that damn coal that they've been having for months and months and months or years into a damn diamond. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to play the fallback game. You got to fall back from negative energies. You got to fall back from people who are not allowing you. Yeah, social media, people not allowing you to live your best life, man. And sometimes you got to fall back from your old self, and you have to come out and say got to ask the Creator and say, Creator, obviously the path that I just went down, maybe not the path that you designed for me, or maybe it was, but I failed a lot of tests. Maybe it was, but I wasn't looking for the things, or I wasn't seeing the things that you were trying to show me upon that pathway. So sometimes you have to start over and walk down on things, talk to the Creator, talk to the Father, Abba Yah, and say, yo, help me out.
That's exactly what you need. Help me out. And of course, some actions. Of course, you got to action. Faith without works is dead, right?
Absolutely.
Faith without work is dead. So ups and downs, but we're going around. Okay, man, that's it, man. If we don't better ourselves, that's what it's about, bettering ourselves. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? What's gonna make you happy?
What is bettering yourself? You know what I mean? That could be a topic too that we want to discuss. What is bettering yourself? For instance, if I say, yo, I just came up, what the hell does that mean? Because let's just say you're working at McDonald's. You're working at McDonald's, and all of a sudden your homie just dropped down a damn pound of weed on you. Did you really come up? You know what I'm saying? Or you in school and you got invited to a party. You know what I'm saying? Or you didn't pass your test, or you didn't even from point A, you didn't enroll in school, you didn't educate yourself, you didn't do anything to better your career, better yourself, but it's more of a superficial thing that you got. Is that really a come up? You know what I'm saying? Or
material. So you're saying material things?
I don't know. That's the question. What the hell is a come up?
That is a great question.
What is a come up?
What do we live for? What do we live for? You know what I mean? Are we living to keep up with the Joneses, or are you living to have to just have a shelter, clothing, and food in your mouth?
Let's just say it's 2000.
God said a man only needs one thing, and I think he's talking about mankind: food, clothing, and shelter.
That's three things.
Food, three things. Yeah. When I meant one, I meant one element. No, but three things: food, clothing, and shelter. That's all.
Absolutely.
So what is a come up?
Yeah, exactly. What does it come up, man? Because if you start from 2018, right, and you go to 2020, and you talking about something to come up, to glow up, to blow up, all this kind of weird shit. Yeah. But then you haven't went to school, enrolled in any universities, you haven't graduated and got your GED, your diploma, you haven't done anything to really put you on a path of success. You didn't really come up.
It's so does come up. So are you saying that the definition when we use come up is that we're rich, we got money, or no, come up to you more like
come up? It should be an elevation, but the elevation should The elevation should be something meaningful, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it
Yeah.
be something that allows you to be able to put yourself in a better position where you no longer do the things that you once did in 2018 if it's 2020?
Okay.
So,
You're in a better
what we're trying to,
position.
yeah. So what we're trying to do, and that can mean a variety of different stuff, whether it's a new pay, a new raise, or maybe learning your job better and functioning in a more confident capacity, because that's also will come up, because
What
there's
about
nothing
health
worse than,
wise? Health wise, like
yeah,
physically health. And
absolutely, there's nothing worse than doing your job and you're not confident in it, or you're not sure how to do your job and you're getting bad reports. But
yeah.
once you learn how to do it, you can function as you know what I'm saying. But that's something sidebarism, you know what I'm
I,
saying.
I mean, cause you're right. I feel like, I feel like in my situation, it is a come up. I got a job. I got hired at a job that I wanted, and no matter what it is, a come up, like it says, your happiness, right? That's what you said, right? So for someone who go out there and apply McDonald's and he feels great about it, he's happy. He came up from what he had. He had nothing. He came up to work at McDonald's, not knocking McDonald's, but he came up from not having a job to having a job. To me, it's a come up. If you're a bum in the
Absolutely,
street, it,
absolutely.
it's if you're a bum in the street, their come ups will be just getting a job, getting a constant pay. You know, that's their
Shout
come.
shout out for podcast for putting Jay-Z on there so I can finally listen to Jay-Z. He finally get stop being stingy
Yes.
and allow his stuff to be released instead of being on only on what's that shit that they do? They do what's
Title,
yeah, Tittles or Title. Yeah,
titles.
yeah, yeah. And shout out to my favorite herbalist, Patrick Dales. I'm always gonna shout him out almost every podcast because he's doing a wonderful work, absolutely wonderful work, a gym for our community, for the black community of educating themselves. Shout out to Tiffany Haddish for, you know, becoming public on something that I believe that a lot of black people overlook. They
In your
overlook
report.
that when you start talking about the Torah and start talking about the Israelites, a lot of times you automatically assume that's only dealing with the European facial structure or European culture, but not knowing that, you know what I mean. This is us, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you don't be afraid to be who you are, no matter what you know level you are on life. Whether you're a celebrity, whether you are a middle class or low class, be who you are and be confident in that and walk within that.
Let me ask you a question, because you saying that that's a big that's learn who you are and walk up in that. Do That's another topic we have to talk about too. What religion will work best for us?
Well, no religion. I think religion is
No, I'm
what got
saying,
us
but you
into
just
this
what I'm
problem in
saying.
the first place.
Okay, so you think that we should just walk? Uh, when I mean religion,
I would
okay,
say this: if you're from
okay.
Senegal,
If
be
we
Senegal.
huh?
If you're from Senegal, be Senegal. If you're from Kemet, be Kemet. If you're from South Africa, be whoever you are. If you're an
But what
Israelite,
about the
you walk
slave
within
that?
your Israelite customs and cultures.
What about? Oh, that's what I'm trying to tell you. What about when you're dealing with the slaves who was brought over to the Americas
I
and all
think
all over the parts of the world?
I
What about
think
them? Even though they were taken from the West Coast and some from the East, basically from Africa. Period. The whole Africa got from the east to the west got taken somewhere. So, um, do you think that? And we was given our colonists religion,
right.
right?
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Where I said we was given a religion. We didn't operate within our own culture.
So my question is, let's just say if you're choosing a religion, what religion? You say no religion, but
I say I don't believe in no
if you
religion.
choose, if you have the choice, you have to choose out of all the religions in the world that's known worldwide, internationally, but as a religion, what religion you think best fits black people?
And you can't say that because
Well,
remember,
I'm talking about those so-called slaves, not the Africans, because they not some of the Africans they believe in something else, and that's what they believe in.
but you can't skip that, and that's and what you were trying to say is the reason why I said you can't say it, because you know how many countries it is in Africa. To sit there and say that every single one that got took back on the transatlantic slave all come back from one bloodline, I think you're missing something as a whole.
Okay,
Number one, Just think about Ethiopia. Just think about what the oldest church there was in Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to think about all them great countries in Africa. So again, I would never push a religion on somebody. I would say, listen, if your culture does this, then I would look into your culture and look at that.
So my question will be is, yes. So in that case, are you saying that some people who is not Israelites were under those curses or got caught up under the slavery type of curse?
Well, didn't every country? Hold on. Didn't every country? Remember, even Egypt was servants to Babylon, and then Persia came in there and did this. The Chaldeans came in there and did that, took over and did that, and they took their people. I think that when you talk about kingdoms taking over, there's always a form of servitude. There's always a form of somebody getting a kingdom getting switched over and bound down to another kingdom, serving this kingdom, making a line lineages of this and that. That's always been. We can't just put that on just one culture, because even if you read Torah, I mean, even if you read the Tanakh, it clearly would tell you that, you know what I mean, that the Israelites went into Egypt thinking Egypt was going to save them, and all of a sudden they got crushed and they got taken down by the Babylonians, and the Babylonians took the Egyptians as well.
All right. So my next question will be, next thing is, like you're saying is right. Like my next question will be is that, so in that case, you are taking washed away from your religion or from your tradition and cultures, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you wash away from your tradition and culture. You got taught a new culture and traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get back to who we were?
Okay, if I tell somebody they should do this, they should do that, right?
Yeah.
What difference am I from doing what the slave masters did to slaves coming over here? I think you have to really look within and talk within yourself and talk to your creator and say, place me on a path that you seem fit for me to do so. For me to be sitting there and tell you, you got to do this, you got to do that, I think that that's when man has always made the mistake. And that's what the Most High says, you know, and you'll seek me, seek the old paths. You know what I mean? Seek unto the prophets that I sent you. Only thing you can do is give somebody the information and allow them to search that information for themselves to see which one is right. You know what I mean? Just like Abraham. Abraham was in a hole with the Ur of the Chaldeans. Hold on. Abraham was in the Ur of the Chaldeans, and they had all these different deities. And he had to look with him and say, wait a minute, there's only one that controls all things. No matter what he was taught, no matter what he was told, no matter the evidence they tried to show him and all the deities and many deities in their house, he had to come to himself and say, you know what? Something is not right. How can this deity do this if it can't even stand on its own without me pushing it over there? So I can't tell you whatever. All I can just say, here's the information. I think that you should pray and seek truth yourself.
Okay. All right. So do you think this is more of a okay, because what you're basically trying to say, well, I understand what you're saying, is that a lot of us not might be who we think we are. We might, but a lot of us come from the west coast of Africa, right? So you think the synagogue should be synagogue, Mali should be Mali, Congo should be Congo. Whatever they practice, that's what you should practice as a so-called slave, African transatlantic slave member.
I think you should work within your culture. Throughout the Tanakh, we see it all day long. Those countries work within their Tanakh. You know, Israelites was allowed to, don't tax your own people, tax them. You know what I mean? So, don't eat this, give it to them to eat.
You're saying so we should work it within our culture. So we should just be, I don't understand. So we should just basically saying that we should just be, I'm talking about religion though. I'm talking about,
but I'm not dealing with religion. I can't tell you that for instance,
because you saying something like, so is that the way I'm taking it's kind of like we should just be Americans then.
That's not your culture. If you accept yourself as an American, then shit, be a fucking American. I don't know. I don't care. But all I know is me and myself, we're Israelites, and we're going to serve the Most High, the Creator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But how do we know that?
That's not the question that you asked me.
I took an ancestry, and I have a whole bunch of West Coast Africa.
But remember, that's a whole different question than what you originally asked. How do you know that you're Israel? I don't think that there's a person in the world that can truly answer you that with 100% certainty.
Yeah.
There's no, if your parents came over here as slaves, there's hard to say that you 100% this unless you got actual factual evidence that this is the pictures leading up and this is my people. Now, telling people that, you know what I mean, telling Congo, somebody from Congo, or telling a native born Indian to say, wait a minute, you should do this. I would say, first of all, check within your culture. See what's going on within your culture. That's where you would start at and say the evidence of who you are and what should you do. From there, because remember, if how can I tell you something and I'm just as much as a slave as you?
I'm looking at now the things that what I'm saying is that you basically saying there is just basically remnants.
What do you mean? I do believe there's always been a remnant.
I'm talking about remnants. So you're saying that if you can trace back your family members of this practice of Benin and Togo or whatever, because I know we are saying the question is that I know a lot of our people fell into idolatry, and I'm reading the Maccabees right now, and the wicked they want to be the other culture. They want to be Greece. They don't care. They fight against your own brother. They on some coons. How we consider your coon? That's exactly how the Israelites were doing back then. You know, and they were wicked Israelite according to the Most High. So if we are Benin and Togo, we believe in the voodoo, whatever the Undu culture, and they can trace that back to, let's say, 1,000 years. Do that exclude them from being an Israelite?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. But wouldn't you have to start with that doggone culture and say, well, wait a minute, how do we even start doing this? How do we even start doing the voodoo? Once you start tracing back within your own culture. That's an
example, guys. It's an example.
Once you start tracing back within your own culture and within your own family, it's going to take you through a certain path. That path was going to lead you to basically who your ancestors were. For me to sit there and just come out the hood, Thomas, and tell some brother I never met on the street that you should be doing this and doing that, but yet I don't even have the actual facts from my doggone ancestry to even tell me what I am. How the hell am I supposed to break down what this brother is? I think that you have to start within your own community, within your own family, and ask your elders. You got to ask your grandparents. Hey, where do we come from? You have to come back to your own culture and your beliefs and say, wait a minute, let me start there to see how did we get to this point here before I sit there and start telling people what they should and should not do if I don't even know.
I agree. It's something you have to investigate hard as a family.
Absolutely.
A lot of families have been cut off. A lot of people have been the only last family standing. So I think the ancestry DNA thing, is something good to know, because a lot of us did lose our heritage and lost our culture and lost our we did no matter what, we did lose our heritage, our culture, our language, our who we are as a people. And then I think, like I said, if you know who you are, if you say, okay, I see this ancestry, I'm 50% this, I'm 30% that, and whatever it is, then you really want to go by what you're really more of.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this, and this is a hard fact. This is a hard fact.
Yeah.
I don't see nowhere in the Tanakh wherever it says that a stranger can't serve Yah.
Can.
So no matter what you believe that you are, no matter what you don't know, because that's the trick side of the question. Well, if you're not Israelites, how can you say that you are Israelite? Well, I don't remember it says that I can't serve Yah. And he says, this is how you serve me. Then I will walk in that path and say, you know what? I'm going to serve him in this way because this is how this creator says to serve him.
So exactly. That's it. And that, I mean, at the end of the day,
that's a fact.
The world has to go under submission under the Yah. So that's going to turn out the way it's supposed to be.
Because I know for a fact that there is no other deity but Yah. There is no other creator but Yah that has power. Yes. That Yah has power. So even if I say, look, bro, I can't 100% tell you that my forefathers were 100% Israelites.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that I believe that there's nothing greater than the Torah. I can tell you that there's nothing better than the law, statutes, and commandments. I can tell you that this is what I'm going to operate in, and because I operate in that, then I know that for a fact that I am looked at as brothers, as the Israelites. Therefore, I would say that I'm an Israelite.
You know, and here's the beauty about that, because Tiffany Haddish,
And if technically, if you want to get technically,
yeah,
we would bore our right ear, right, and we would serve this family forever, right.
yes.
So that way, we will be doing all the same things that the Israelites will be doing anyway. We would be one with them, because he says, once you take upon another, like if you do that, then you don't mistreat your servants.
Exactly.
You don't do that. You treat them as family.
You give wives. You don't mistreat them. The servitude. I do see there is a law in the scriptures that you actually, if you hurt your servant when you discipline them, I think that might be a different type of servant. I think this is like I don't know, but
and this is why he's being disciplined too.
Yeah, you know, the beauty about Tiffany Haddish is that she can actually, I know she feels good about herself, knowing
you hear what she said about her father.
She's 40 years old, and she found out, your father was, for her to know this, and she's from Eritrea, for her to even go back to, well, from her father's side, you know, she has, a lot of our Israelite people will say that she might be a Hamite, because he's from Eritrea. But no, that's retarded. That's retarded. Exactly, retarded, because we know the so-called Israelites. They really they like Ethiopia region. They better stay in the east coast of Africa than the west coast. The majority of them.
Absolutely, man. I wouldn't even entertain that. That's why a lot of times, if you look at my Facebook, I hardly entertain any Israelite questions anymore, because it gets to the point where if you have to defend it and you have to always be blah blah blah. To me, it sounds like you kind of unsure of yourself. Yeah. I know exactly who I am. I know that I'm an Israelite. I know that I keep these cultures. I know that I'm going to teach them to my family for all eternity. Yeah, I know that this is what I'm going to do, and there's nothing else.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that even though we are Israelites, do you think that Israelite is a religion?
No, I believe it's a culture. Simple as that. It's a guidelines and a government of a body of people. And that's what they are.
Because Tiffany Haddish she's saying that the Jew in that interview, she said the Jews are black. They look like us. She really want to say we are the Jews. She was political with it. But for her to, I think she was
smart with it. You can't always say what's on your mind and try to go to work.
She went through Judaism, because she said she went to a synagogue, the temple, after she found out her father was a Jew. She got her bat mitzvah. She did her bat mitzvah. She said she went to.
Let me stop you there.
She didn't go to. I don't think she went to a black Israelite.
Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there, bro. And it's nothing against what you said.
Okay.
We also do have to stop that. Oh, you went to Judaism. Let me tell you why. Because we're just coming back into understandings. A lot of the teachers that we have. Hold on.
Judaism.
Hold on, brother. A lot of the teachers that we have, where do you think they got their knowledge from? A lot of them went and studied under Jewish people. Yes. A lot of them. That doesn't necessarily mean you looked at them as Jews, but sometimes, for instance, if you have even if you know math. You guess what? And if you study math, you're going to have a teacher. You're going to have somebody who knows a little bit more than you. And somebody's going to have known, especially when you want your doctorate, you're going to go to different people, and they not always going to look like you. Tiffany Haddish, we don't know if she had ever heard of an Israelite, a Hebrew or Israelite community, simply because, number one, she was raised, she grew up with a father. Then her mother was a Jehovah's Witness, and then she entered into the foster care, and then to the age of 18, after 18, she was homeless. At some point in time, there is a disconnect from your father. At some point in time, there is a mental part, there is a growth part of getting back to it, because she said that in the foster care, she got introduced to different religions, so forth and so forth. And as she grows older, you got to remember, man, maybe where she lives at, there is no Israelite community. Yeah. Maybe this is the closest thing she got. So sometimes we have to stop looking and say, oh, she went Jewish way. Maybe that's all she has right now, because some of us study at home by ourselves. And some people do go to the Jewish thing. Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, because I look at it because remember, we got to look at it. Christianity and Islam came out of Judaism. So even if you talk about Christianity denominations, that came out still the foundation of everything is Judaism. You know what I'm saying? And when it considered Judaism was to practice what the Jews were practicing, which was basically living their culture.
We so
Judaism,
off topic.
I know, but I'm saying the Judaism now with the where you're dealing with traditions and oral Torah and Talmud, that's a whole different Judaism. But Judaism was considered the culture of the Israelites at one point. That's what I'm saying. I think for our people, if I was to choose any religion that's internationally known right now, for our people, I think the best religion that fit us as a people will be Judaism. That's just I'm saying as a Judaism. I know it's a culture thing. I know we got to get back to our roots, but I think Judaism fits us more. Why? Because Judaism foundation is what? The Torah.
Well, I'll say this. I'm not going to tell my people to go to somebody who's going to perpetually tell them that we're your people, even though we feel like, you know, they took our information and they try to make it theirs. I'm not going to send you to that because if you're a newbie, you might get stuck there. You might feel like, okay, I'm not so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you a question. What do you think the Christian in the Christianity churches, right? The Christian church. What do they consider
we got
black
sports,
people?
bro. Huh?
What do they consider black people? What do they say that they are? What do they say that we are? When you go to a Christian church, especially predominantly black people, what do they consider themselves as?
That's hard because so many
Gentiles. Majority of them consider themselves we're the Gentiles.
Majority of them do. There are a few that consider. There are a few of them that are scared to say it. But if you ask them individually, they'll say we are the children of the Bible. That's for facts. A lot of them will say that behind closed doors. But when you get out in the public to be politically correct, they may say that they're Gentiles, or they'll say that they're spiritually Israelites.
I know a lot. I had few this debate when they say we're the Gentiles.
That's facts. That's facts. You're not wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So, but yeah, let's go back to sports, man. I know, but shout out to Tiffany Haddish for even accepting her father's ways, because she said she went back to the father, you know, to her father's father, you know, and she read Torah, and I'm glad that Tiffany Haddish, as when I know Tiffany Haddish is gonna do some big things in the community. I have a feeling in a minute, you know, she probably not gonna pull no. What's homeboy's name from Miami? Kodak Black move. Go to the Israelite temple and then
you know, hey man, you know, there's phases in life.
But yeah, it is.
There's phases
the seed is planted though. The seed is planted. What's gonna grow? You know what I mean?
All right, man. We ain't been on here, y'all. So we're gonna try to speed it up, but we also want to keep it in depth. Okay, so we can't go back to the whole picks and chooses. Yes, we can. Let's look at this. Let's start off. AFC East. Patriots finished 12-4. Bills 10-6. Jets 7-9. Dolphins 5-11. Let's start right there, and we're gonna go through each bracket, and we're gonna say who we're most impressed with. In that division, you have the Patriots. I'm actually more impressed of what the New York Jets did, and I'll tell you why.
What division?
The AFC East.
No, not the Jets.
I'm looking at it. The AFC East. And you know what, Jets? What am I most impressed with?
Oh, not. I'm not impressed with them at all.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
They went 7-9. Hold on. They went 7-9.
Okay.
They lost their starting quarterback for like what 4 to 6 to 7 games. Their whole damn defense was all hurt. They lost their starting middle linebacker, a starting D tackle, some cornerbacks, some safeties. They lost everybody, and they had one of the worst offensive lines in football. And despite all that, they went 7-9 without their running back being able to do crap this year. The Miami Dolphins sucked. The Patriots usually going to be doing good. I was really disappointed in them simply because they had no offense. The Bills made the playoffs. But for some reason, that New York Jets team where what's his name? Donald, he made that team completely different, man. Whenever he plays in the game, he's really, really, really Sam Darnold. He really takes that team to another level. So in that, I was most impressed with them. You?
No, I wasn't impressed with them. And the only thing I was impressive, I was expecting the Bills. I was expecting the Bills to do something this year. because I've been watching them for a couple years now. But
Mhm.
I wasn't really impressed with them. The only time I've been impressed in the AFC is when the Dolphins beat the Patriots and took that bye week. They must need to beat the Titans, to beat whoever they had to play against with, because it would have bumped out Kansas City, and New England would have had that bye. You know, so I'm impressed with the Miami Dolphins for getting that victory at the last minute to knock them out. That's the only time I've been impressed.
They also finished with a Miami Dolphins finished with a 2-game win streak. So did the New York Jets. So that's pretty cool, man. In the division, guess what? The New York in the division. Let's see. Or it doesn't really say that, man. So let's go down to the AFC West. You got the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Chargers. Who am I most impressed with? You know it, the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, my goodness. I mean, they are no fluke. They're no joke. They have tremendous, tremendous talent. And most importantly, I'm a huge Andy Reid fan. Huge Andy Reid
Yes.
fan. The Raiders, it seemed like they were going good. But then all of a sudden, they just down the stretch, they couldn't compete. Down the stretch, they started to really fall down, but they did finish 7-9. They got a lot of last year. They had a whole bunch of first-round draft picks. They had a lot of picks. This year, they got a lot of picks. So I do expect the what is it now? The Las Vegas Raiders upcoming year.
Yeah, I was impressed with the Raiders this year
To really compete with the Chiefs.
We thought that they were gonna really make some. They were making noise in the beginning, in the first half, you know, of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was impressed with the Raiders this year. You know, the Chiefs, I was not impressed with the Chiefs. I knew that they were the best in the West, and it's been proven for the past few. I've been on that since Mahomes been on it. It's before Mahomes been on it. Since Alex Smith, the Chiefs were a playoff contending team. Andy Reid been there for about 7 years, 8 years,
Yeah.
like that. So I love the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning it now that the pitchers is gone. So I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm happy for the Chiefs, man. So that was good.
You know what, man? I'm disappointed in the Chargers. I thought the Chargers was going to be a lot better than they did.
I am disappointed in Chargers.
Very disappointed in Chargers. I'm shocked that the Broncos were able to fucking eke out 7 wins after they fired Joe Flacco from opening up his mouth. He's a bum. I definitely thought the Chargers would be second in that division. Did not see them falling that far down behind. Let's move on to the AFC North. They got the Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. The most people that I'm in, my team, the Baltimore Ravens. It's not because they're my team, simply because of this. Last year we lost Eric Weddle, C.J. Mosley. We lost a lot of our players. Darius Smith. We lost a ton of leaders. And this year was actually supposed to be our rebuild year. And we messed around, got Greg Roman. We got Wink. Wink moved over from his first time as a calling plays like that. And no, he did last year. But this year, it seemed like end of last year, teams started figuring out Wink. Wink revised himself, had that defense flying all over the place. Got Patrick Peters, got Earl Thomas, Hollywood Brown definitely showed up, and Lamar Jackson, the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment. He came through and just really shout out to Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah,
I can't say. Check this out. You had the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, and the Texans all starting black quarterbacks, and they were all in the playoffs. I mean, my goodness. I mean, what can you say about? I mean, just think about 1990 playing Super Tecmo Bowl. You had Randall Cunningham and you had Steve McNair. There was no other black cornerbacks out there playing like that. And now look what you got. And then you got Jacoby Brissett for the Colts.
Warren Moon.
You have brother. What's up?
Warren Moon.
Yeah, Warren Sunshine. But I was also impressed with the Steelers. The Steelers, man, they were down on a third string quarterback and fucked around and finished 8-8. You know what I mean? They lost some big name players or two. And we found out that what's his name? Juju Smith Schuster fucking blows. You know, he needed Antonio Brown on the other end to make him really relevant. And we found out that James Conner is not ready to run the rock in the AFC North. That is a whole nother division.
Brown wasn't playing for the Steelers.
Antonio Brown?
he was gone. He didn't play after.
I said that. I said that. We found out that once he left, Juju couldn't dominate the way he was dominating when Antonio Brown was there because teams now could be able to double him, and he had to showcase some skills, and the team's focus on him, he couldn't do nothing.
I'm disappointed. I'm not impressed with the Ravens. No, you know why I am impressed with the Ravens this year? I was impressed with them.
A 12-game win streak, finished 14-2.
Yeah,
who the hell saw that coming?
Yeah. I didn't see that coming. I'm disappointed with the Browns. I thought the Browns were going to give them a little bit more for help, but the Ravens, like you said, Lamar Jackson, MVP. You know what I mean? It's sad to see him not finish. I mean, the way he's supposed to be finishing, but you know, they're learning to be amongst each other. So next year is gonna be a whole different ball game.
Dude, how the hell am I seeing you on my camera?
Because I am the chosen one. You've been hacked.
Swear as shit.
You've been hacked.
There we go. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, John Harbaugh coached the hell out of this team. Mike Tomlin's coached the hell out of his team. The Browns. What can I say about the Browns, man? I think it was Freddie Kitchens was way over his head. Too much talent, and they didn't have a coordinator or a coach that know how to say, you know what, we do better. We do better when we run Chubbs. What they wanted to do, they wanted to satisfy Chubbs, Landry, and their quarterback. And at some point in time, you got to say, you know what, Chubbs is the best player on our team. Let's use him first, and everybody else is second and third. But they wanted to feed everybody the rock equally, and you can't do that. And they didn't know what to do at times. And they
Odell,
the league.
Odell Beckham and all that.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
Nah, man, I'm just mad at. I'm disappointed in the Ravens. And that just lead on to the next division, the next conference in the division because
AFC South.
Yeah, because I'm just putting the Ravens for that move. I'm just putting the Patriots. I'm just putting the Patriots.
Yeah. I'm not. I knew that. I knew
it. Conception. You didn't get a chance to even run it back all the way back.
At some point in time, man, your shortcomings in the playoff is going to show up. They're going to show up, and they have their offense. I'll be honest with you. If I was the Patriots, I would say it's time to move on from Tom Brady. Start young. Get one of those hot young quarterbacks coming out. You know what I'm saying? And move on from Tom Brady. I think you're going to have a damn Eli Manning situation where you're going to have this dude who can still play, but he just don't got that start. He don't got that oomph no more. He couldn't throw the ball, but he didn't have no receivers either, though.
Tom Brady's problem is the fact he didn't have a tight end. He didn't have a big guy. I think I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think letting go of Antonio Brown cost him a Super Bowl. No matter what he was going through, I think Antonio Brown would have brought excitement to that motherfucking game. You gotta double team Edelman and Brown because they're both nasty. That was the dumbest move to me, man. I think him and Robert Kraft would have been best of buddies. Me personally, I think that was the Patriots' dumbest move, letting go of Antonio Brown. I would have paid that man.
This is a devout Patriots fan, people.
I think Antonio Brown in the Patriots would have brought excitement to Brady. First of all, bring that spark back to Brady. I think they would have won a chip. Me personally, I think they would have won the chip with Antonio Brown. I think they would have three-peed.
I don't know. I'm glad they didn't. And I think that Tom Brady's gonna be worse next year.
Not to work on his leg game. Like you say.
Move over, Patriots, man. We got some young black quarterbacks that's on the rise. That's gonna kick your ass in the next 3 or 4 years while you're in the league trying to play till you're 64 years old. All right, AFC South. Texans, Titans, Colts, Jags. Titans literally just texted me and told me to put some respect on their name. And then they called me the N-word and said I can't read good. Because that's the hell what they did to my damn Baltimore Ravens. This dude, Derrick Henry, my goodness, is finally an Alabama running back doing what they did in doggone Alabama, which is dominate. I mean, this motherfucker, the leading rusher in the NFL, Derrick Henry, has stepped his game up even in the playoffs, and now has become unstoppable.
If they go through Kansas City, they're going to win the Super Bowl. If they find a way to beat Kansas City Chiefs, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. They're gonna win that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're gonna go through the best team in the NFL, which is New England Patriots. Then you're gonna go to the best team this season in the NFL, which is the Baltimore Ravens. And then you're gonna go to the second best team in the NFL this season, Kansas City Chiefs. Come on, brother.
Check this out.
There's no way that you cannot win this chip. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I feel like they actually won the chip already, to tell the truth. I actually think when they beat the Baltimore Ravens, they won the damn Super Bowl. That's how I feel. I forgot all about Mahomes.
Derrick Henry finished this year with 1,540 yards. Right behind him, Nick Chubb was 1,494. Christian McCaffrey, 1,387. Zeke the Freak Elliott, 1,357. And Chris Carson. I didn't know the Seahawks running back was that good. 1,230. I mean, my goodness. I mean, what can you say? Yeah, he's finished. They had a top 5 running back. I didn't know Jameis Winston led the league in passing. I mean, he was really balling, but threw a lot of interception. He threw for 5,000 yards. That's got to be in one of the top records. That's a lot of goddamn yards. Followed by Dallas, Dak Prescott. But off of that, I mean, Derrick Henry, man, he's no fluke. This dude is legit.
Yeah.
He is legit. And matter of fact, if I look at his career stats, when he really started getting an opportunity, because remember when he came in the league in 2016, I think he was sharing low. He was sharing low in 2017. 2018 was his first year being able to carry it as a pure running back, and he had 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. And then this year he jumped up to 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. This dude is no accident, man. He's 6'3", 248 pounds as a running back.
But check this out. I don't even give so much Henry Henry. Yeah, of course he's 6'3". That has an advantage of what he's doing. I give that shit to the lineman to open up that hole for him. He's 6'3". He's easy to be spotted. He's easy to touch. He's 6'3". Like I said, his size alone is just hard to knock down. His agility, but that hole, the way they open up that hole for him to get in there, I give that shit to the line, man. I give that shit to the offensive line.
Off the line, man. Okay, the Texans. My goodness. I mean, Watson. Great job. Great job, man. They're going to be an interesting team for years to come. J.J. Watt is taking the back seat. He's on the twilight of his career. The Colts finished 7-9. Jacoby Brissett. Good job, brother. As a black man quarterback. Jags, they need a quarterback. I like Minshew, the young quarterback that they got. I think that they were stupid. Okay. I think the Jaguars, man, they really need to look at their front office. Let's hurry up. Go to the NFC East. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Redskins. That division is usually a fucking dogfight. The Eagles won it 9-7. I'm not really too fond of the Eagles this past years.
I've never been since they beat the Patriots, especially.
Yeah, Cowboys, they blow. The Giants suck. I actually like their quarterback. Saquon Barkley needs they need to really work on some offensive weapons around him, work on their defense. The Redskins got the worst ownership in all of sports next to the Cleveland Browns. And NFC West, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. I am super impressed with what Kyle Shanahan is doing to the 49ers.
Oh, my God.
This dude's got, I mean, come on, man. They're playing super great football. I mean, I think that it's going to be down between the 49ers and Chiefs in the championship, and I do think that the 49ers is going to give the the Chiefs all the money they asked for.
I predict this. You might sound this funny, but I think before Brady retires, he might go to San Francisco.
I don't know. That's
his home. That's his home. He out here from that area.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
I think we might see a rise of San Francisco.
They already risen, brother.
You think they're gonna beat the Packers?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna beat the Packers?
They already beat the Packers once this year. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout like it was before, but I do think that they can beat the Packers again. unless Aaron Rodgers reached back into 2008 Aaron Rodgers and come out throwing goddamn darts. I mean, Aaron Rodgers still has the ability to pick any team apart. The Seahawks, oh man, they have a great coach. I mean, Wilson arguably is the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he takes a little bit and just he makes it happen, man. I mean, he's very consistent, very accurate. He's not that big. He's not that typical 6'6" quarterback. He's some short guy with a Brillo pad as an afro.
He's like a Drew Brees.
Yeah, and he's making it happen. The Rams, complete disappointment, total collapse, and the Cardinals, I love their young quarterback that they picked up.
Well,
NFC North.
I'm shocked with the
Packers, Vikes, Bears, Lions. Go.
Aaron Rodgers, man. That's it. The Packers, man. I actually was going for Seattle in that game, and for them to, that's what I'm saying. I think I might have to pick the Packers over the 49ers.
In most of our games we predicted, I always pick the Vikings. I don't know what it is, but growing up watching the old Packers games, old Vikings games, the Vikings they're a good
I think it's Moss. I think it was Moss and Chris Carter.
No, it's actually, I think they had a running back named Rob Smith. Rob Smith, and I used to like him a lot. They just have a great ownership who always keeps them contending. Unlike the Lions, they blow. Trubisky for the Bears suck. I mean, how do you get Khalil Mack and you have these great people, and your quarterback is he just blows. Packers, great defense. Got Zadarius Smith. Got the safety that I like, number 26. I forgot his name. And my homeboy B. Will. Shout out to my boy B. Will back in Dub City. That's his team, Packers. I think it's gonna be a damn good game, man. NFC South.
The softest division in the world.
Saints, Falcons, Bucks, Panthers. I'm most disappointed in the Panthers simply because you have Christian McCaffrey. You tried to go after the receivers in the draft last year, and you supposedly have this good defense, but it shows you that GM that really messed this team up by getting rid of players like Terrence Newman, Landry. I think Terrence Newman to the Redskins that one year, and he just really didn't. They don't surround Cam with great receivers. They try to get that white boy Kyle Allen like he's the second coming of goddamn Marino when. Cam been doing it. He been doing it year in and year out, making things happen with nobody to throw it to. And they forgetting the fact how good Cam has been to them. Buccaneers, Winston really surprised me on his aggressiveness this year, but he still throws a ton of picks.
There was a meme where they showed Scooby-Doo character when not Scooby-Doo, but one of the guys from Scooby-Doo, right? And he took the mask. He put his hand on top of Lamar Jackson's head, and he ripped the mask off. And it was Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston because of the picks that he threw in the game. So I was like, yo, man. Jameis Winston.
For some reason I don't like this. I don't like that.
He threw the most interception in the league. Jameis Winston.
He did throw the most interception in the league.
It's crazy. And the most passing.
Yeah.
Yards.
I mean, so
pros and cons to it, right?
Drew Brees continues to get it done. I don't think that I just didn't think that they had enough firepower at the end of the day. And Bashard Perriman for the Buccaneers revitalized his career a little bit. Went down there from the Browns. He started to turn it on for the Browns and went down there in the last 4 or 5 games, man. Was really their leading receiver for the Buccaneers. So shout out to them, man. And I'll say this.
Shout out Tampa Bay. TB. Not tuberculosis. No.
Yeah. I'll say this.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
When it comes to Super Bowl predictions, playoff predictions, who you got, man? Holla at me. Let's make it live.
Okay, now we have what's the first game this week?
Would you say that again?
What's the first game this week?
Hold on. Let's see. Okay.
Sunday first games, Titans and Chiefs. I got Chiefs on this game. I think Chiefs gonna be able to outscore the Titans. I think the running game is gonna it's gonna be a good game, but I think that they're gonna stop that run. I think the Chiefs will win this game.
Okay, Sunday.
Yeah, and like I said,
January.
now if the Titans win, I think the Super Bowl already won. But beating Patriots in Lamar Jackson, that was their Super Bowl.
I
If they
thought
get
I thought that the best game out of all the NFL was going to be the Chiefs Ravens. Simple as that. Chiefs Ravens.
the Chiefs are gonna go to Super Bowl. I mean, if the Titans beat the Chiefs, they're winning the Super Bowl. They're gonna win the Super Bowl.
I
Now
don't think
I
so. If
am
the Titans mess around and beat the Chiefs, they're going to lose to the San Francisco because San Francisco was built for that type of running game. They're built for that type of running game. That defensive front four is 100% built for that type of running game. They're going to get demolished by San Francisco.
You got San Francisco in the game.
I got Titans Chiefs. I got the Chiefs in the blowout. Packers 49ers. I'll take 49ers. I think the inning score is going to be 38-34.
Packers 49ers.
I think it's going to be, they're going to really go at it.
So it's gonna be live.
I think it's going to be out. I think the Titans is going to get railroaded. I think they're going to get spread out.
I got the 49ers as well.
Nah, man, don't try to don't
You
try
want
to
me to
change.
pick? You want to pick Rodgers?
Pick whoever you want.
All right, Chiefs and Rodgers gonna be a Mahomes and Packers. Mahomes and Packers. The two West, right?
Right.
No, not two West. I think Packers is on. Might be wrong. Go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Chiefs and Packers.
All right, man. Let's move on to our next segment, man. What I wanted to really discuss.
Shout out to Clarissa Shields for winning 3 division titles.
Absolutely.
3 different division titles. First time in any women. Fastest in history. With only 10 wins. I am the champion of three divisions.
Absolutely. Do you have any UFC news as well?
Conor McGregor fighting this week against.
I thought he was supposed to be suspended. I thought that thug was supposed to be suspended, throwing a damn chair into a goddamn bus. How come he don't get goddamn?
He was suspended. He was suspended for that. Him suspended. Khabib also got suspended for jumping over after the fight. After he won that chip with Conor, he jumped over the fence and fought the one members in Conor's team, and he got suspended as well. But he's fighting mandatory against Tony Ferguson, and it should be sometime around March, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this weekend, Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone. I want to say Conor will win the fight if Cerrone stands up with him. I think if Cerrone wrestles him, I think Cerrone might win it. I think that's Conor's weakness, the wrestle. It's been proven. When you wrestle with him, he's finished.
Do you? I saw some images of Conor McGregor bulking up. Is that true?
Well, Conor McGregor's not really he's always been kind of ripped, but he bulks up. You know, he bulks up once in a while. You know what I mean? He goes when he goes welterweight, he's 170, so he bulks up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, he bulks up. So
is Donald Cerrone, is he worth the fight? I mean, is he talented?
Yeah, he is very talented. He lost though, I think, recently against Tony Ferguson, but I think this is good for Conor's comeback. And it's also great for Cowboy Cerrone. Now, if Cowboy did get this victory, which he has a good chance of winning this fight, if he gets this victory, I think it'll be great for his career as well to beat Conor. And I think if Conor takes his loss, I think Conor probably won't fight again. I think he wants. I heard him. He wants to fight Mayweather again. He won the easy money. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to get his head split open by an elbow. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean,
that easy money. I wouldn't want to see that again, though.
You think John Jones? You think he gonna fight and stay clean?
I think John Jones doing it different this time. I think this is like a second chance. So he's looking at it like I'm older now. I want to be a champion. I want to be a face of the UFC, and I want to be, I want to be the best ever. So I think John Jones is staying out of trouble right now.
Who did he lose to?
He hasn't lost to no one. He got disqualified, and they gave him as a loss, but he hasn't physically lost. You know what I'm saying? So he's the best. He's the best right now. I would say this. He got to fight. He got to fight. Who is fighting this? He's fighting soon. But it's a lot of
Dominic Reyes.
It's a lot. It's a lot of Dominic Reyes. I don't think he's gonna win that. I think he's gonna eat through him. John Jones gonna eat through him. I think the only one they might. John Jones the best. I think John Jones might just go heavyweight, man. Because I think
Woodley, didn't he?
No, he hasn't fought Tyrone Woodley. He fought Rampage Jackson and won. He fought
Israel is not in his weight class, is he?
Nah.
What about Demetrius Johnson?
They're talking about fighting. They're talking about fighting.
Who do you think will win that one?
But John Jones told him you got to go up a weight. You got to come to light heavyweight. I'm not fighting you at middleweight, which is 155 pounds.
What about Demetrius Johnson?
5. No, that's that they can't even fight. Demetrius Johnson is the best. He's like a featherweight, I think, or bantamweight. What is he? Well, let me look at the stats, man. I'm bugging.
What about Khabib?
John Jones is light heavyweight. Khabib, no, he's light heavyweight. Khabib is lightweight champ. He's the lightweight champion. You know what I mean? Khabib is fighting Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson's not bad either, huh? Still, he's top 10 ranked.
That's my boy. I actually want him to beat Khabib.
Why?
Because Tony Ferguson, he just his swag, man. He got like that weird fighting style about him. He's like a character. He might be like, if you put him in the kung flick, he'll be like the drunken master. You know what I mean? He would throw an elbow, his head's on the ground and shit. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell you threw that? You know what I mean? So that's my boy, Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. That's my boy. I want him to win that fight. I like Khabib, but I want Tony to win that fight. He deserves it.
Okay, let's move to heavyweight on there, man. The heavyweight division doesn't seem to make much noise in the UFC, huh? You got Daniel Cormier, Stipe, Mike, Francis Ngannou. He's good. The Ngannou.
Yeah.
Ngannou. He's good. Big heavy hands. Derek Lewis. I haven't seen Derek Lewis fight yet.
I think Derek Lewis is I don't know how he's winning so much. I know why he's knocking people out, but he needs to work on his cardio. He needs to work on his cardio. Period. That's the only thing he's slacking.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Derek Lewis. He beat Ngannou. Tell you the truth, he beat him on a 3-round fight, I think.
Oh wow!
He won by decision. Yeah.
He actually fights Reyes. That's weird. Oh, never mind. He's unconversed the Sludgeheimer left 50. Cain Vasquez will be a lot better than what he is, man.
Yeah, but he's old, man. These people are old. I think UFC now is going to see a different era of champions. I think John Jones is going to be the champion. Like, you know how like Anderson Silva was a champion in his era for so long? I think John Jones getting his era. Henry Cejudo, which is the flyweight champion, he's 2-weight champion. He's bantamweight champion and flyweight champion. Henry Cejudo. Mind you, he was an Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Demetrius Johnson to win the chip. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear what Tyson Fury said? He says because I think Tyson Fury about to be done boxing. I think they've been making it known that he's not going to box too much longer. He said after he gets done fighting, he's coming after Brock Lesnar.
Man, Brock Lesnar will break this guy, bro.
Yeah, I think Brock Lesnar is like 6'3", 260. Tyson Fury is 6'9", 200 and about 60-something pounds, bro, and got hands.
Has Tyson Fury ever picked up a 6'3", a 6'4", 6'5", 250? Has he ever picked him up and slammed somebody?
But I would say this. I would say no. But at the same time, Has Brock Lesnar ever went against somebody 6'9" who got hands, who was ahead, who beat Vladimir Klitschko?
You know that's like a he will look
That's
at
like a pit bull going out there with Chihuahua.
Tyson Fury like a practice mat.
No, bro.
Yo, he'll pick up Tyson Fury. Listen, Brock Lesnar used to be a wrestler, man.
I know he used to be a wrestler, but you go against somebody who's 6'9", and you just listen, man. I know Brock. I've seen Brock Lesnar fight. I know how powerful he is. I'm not taking nothing from him. But what I'm saying is that you're taking something away from somebody who is a professional boxer who knows how to use their reach, knows how to use their hands, and is like 2 times bigger than you. Bro, you can't easily say that that's an easy fight, bro.
A boxer would never train with wrestlers. They don't train with wrestlers.
And a wrestler would never outfight a boxer. He's gonna try to get him on the ground. If he can't take him down, it's over.
And that's why I believe my heart of hearts. I think if you know how to wrestle, you'd be able to win more fights than if you was boxing.
Think so?
Absolutely. You'll be able to win a street fight.
The Iceman Chuck Liddell was more stand up and he dominated.
Because they want to stand up with them. But if you're a wrestler, that's what they want to stand up with him. But if I'm wrestling and I want to use my wrestling skills, I have a better chance of winning. I believe wrestlers have a better chance of winning a street fight than a boxer will.
I think it's even. I think it's even because if you're a boxer and you know how to, if you have a great stopping yourself from getting taken down, I think you have an advantage because you start off standing up. You start off standing up. Nobody starts off on the ground. So there is an aspect that you have to see me standing up.
I give the Greek a lot of credit for their dominance, and I think it had to do a lot for their wrestling. I think, you know what I mean, of the dominance. I think wrestling because you up and close. Mind you, I can if you're gonna try to throw a punch to me, I can try to grab you and dodge the punch. You don't have to really connect. I can just grab you.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
You fuck around and miss my grab.
Punch. I know, but I understand what you're saying. You fuck around and miss that, but
that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Your defense as a boxer is just you're gonna try to stop me from not being grabbed. I'm gonna stop you from not being grabbed. So I just don't see Tyson Fury winning that. I don't see no boxer winning the fight if you want to stand up with him. I mean, if you're gonna wrestle him, you're not.
What was that one girl who beat that one girl and she ended up quitting? Rousey. Rousey liked to bully people, take them to the ground, and fucked around and found somebody who liked to stand up, and she wasn't able to take them to the ground and dropped her ass.
You have a good point, but I think Rousey was trying to prove a point that she can stand up with these girls. Why would you want to box when your shit is takedowns? She thought she can outbox him. Now, a lot of times that's what happened with a lot of these fighters is they, you know what, we're in the mixed martial arts war. Let me show you I can box with a boxer. Let me show you I'm the best boxer with a boxer. Or let me show you I can wrestle with a wrestler. Or grapple with a grappler. And you end up being in a damn situation that, shit, I should have just fought this guy smart. I know he's not going to outbox me, so let me outbox him. You know, like,
is chess always got to have such mean names. Like this one dude is Ilar the Sludgehammer. Why can't you be... You know what I mean? My name is Hilaire, the smiley face. You know what I'm saying? Like the hug. Why everybody got the razor? Why you gotta be something all sharp and deadly with, you know what I mean? I don't know. I always thought that was the predator. You know what I'm saying? And deep down, you're a nice guy.
Majority are nice guys. Like, look at Mike. Mike was a nice guy. Iron Mike was a nice guy.
Iron Mike. Why couldn't it be Cotton?
I mean, he was a nice guy underneath all that. You know what I'm saying? underneath all that skin, that thick skull. You know what I mean?
All right, that's enough. It's getting kind of weird after that.
Okay.
Let's go on to some boxing news. I just found out today that I wanted to bring this out today because I was real excited about it. Let me see. I swear I saw somewhere that, Andy Ruiz asked who to fight this year. Hearn says Dylan White. Oh, Dylan White has been talking all this stuff against Deonte Wilder. All the stuff about how he saw Wilder get dropped by Vladimir Klitschko and was shaking on the ground.
Yeah.
He been talking all the stuff about how he should have been a challenger and how Ortiz was too old. And now we get to see if Ortiz is who he says he is and if Dylan White is good as they say he is. That's going to be a very, 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 very good fight. Extremely good fight. And if Ortiz plays his cards right, if Ortiz wins this fight,
Ruiz,
then he's a tough guy. But if he loses this, then he's a fluke. He's a fluke.
We talking about Ruiz?
Yes, Ruiz.
I don't think Ruiz is a fluke. I think Ruiz is not better than Joshua. I think he's not better than Wilder. I think Ruiz has a problem with big guys, tall guys. Look at Parker, how he beat Ruiz. Was it Parker who beat Ruiz and then Joshua beat Parker? I think it's a height differential with Ruiz. I think Ruiz don't know how to get inside when it comes. He's not. People say he's fast. Yes, he is fast when it comes to short range punches and all that. But when it comes to height and you use that well, like for example, Lennox Lewis and Tyson. We all thought Tyson was going to win that fight, right? Because Tyson technically looks like the faster fighter. But once Lennox said, you know, I'm gonna use my reach. And that's what beats Ruiz, the reach. I think he has a problem with tall guys. I think he always gonna have a problem with tall guys unless he changes his approach. He has to change his approach, man. He has to go in with the blocking, then go in instead of going in with being offensive, going defensively, and then go in and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then use your skills. But if you're trying to play a tall guy game, you're gonna lose that fight when you're not tall. I think that's the problem with Ruiz. I think Dylan White's taller than Ruiz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dylan White might win that fight. If Dylan White uses his reach well, it's all about the reach, using his jab. If he does that, if he doesn't, then he's gonna lose that fight. Like Joshua lost the first fight, he didn't use his reach at all. He wanted to slug with him.
Terrence Crawford says, if I can't get Spence, I want Pacquiao. Ooh, either one would be a great fight. A great fight, man. So
I don't know, man. I'm tired. Is Pacquiao champion?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't understand why I called out these people. If I'm not, I want the champions, and I want the person. If I'm a champion, I'm just gonna take mandatories. So I would expect a ranked number 2 to want to fight me because he wants to become champion. So that's a mandatory fight. The champion. I'm not gonna be a champion and then start calling out Pacquiao, Mayweather, calling out old ass people.
But aren't they the best? If Terrence Crawford is undefeated and Pacquiao's been dominating people as he gets older, wouldn't you want to fight the best?
No, listen. If I can't fight Spence, I'm gonna fight
the next best thing.
Is Pacquiao the best next thing in that division?
Who else would you put past him?
In that division?
I would put Pacquiao. I'll put Spence first, Terrence Crawford, then I would put Pacquiao because I haven't seen anybody just dominate Pacquiao yet. And he's been winning by a landslide. He's still got something in the tank if it's not drugs.
Hold on, because that division, I think you might have a super heavy. Oh, Jamal Charlo is a super heavyweight. So I gotta look at that list of heavyweights. Of welterweights. They're welterweights, right?
Yes. Let me check. You find it out? Oh, damn.
Oh.
Okay, it goes.
Manny Pacquiao is the WM.
Keith Thurman is a unified welterweight title holder, moved to the top spot of the welterweight rankings, but is still sitting out with the elbow injury. Earl Spence, 22-0. Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Jesse Vargas.
Yeah, okay, my fault. Pacquiao is a champion. WBA. Yeah, okay, that makes sense why Terrence Crawford wants to fight Pacquiao. He wants that belt. That makes sense. Fight him, yeah.
I think it'll be a great fight either way.
Terrence Errol Spence got 2 belts, WBC and IBF.
And guess what? On the WBC, Deontay Wilder, right under him was Dylan White, right under him was Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, which he should not be up this high, knowing that he just got to the heavyweight division because he was in cruiserweight. There's no reason why he's above Luis Ortiz or Alexander Povetkin, and Andy Ruiz or Joseph Parker. I think that he needs to be down until he proves that he can beat somebody that's in the top 4 or the top 3. I think that they give Alexander Usyk too much leeway. The WBA was Anthony Joshua. Under him is Emmanuel Char, and WBA go Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? Then you have Trevor Brain, Alexander Usyk. I don't know.
What was it?
Because it's the thing about boxing is just so many belts. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. You know what I'm saying? Like too many goddamn belts. Just have one champ.
The WBA. Hold on.
But you said the welterweight though.
Yeah. So if it is not Spence, it's terrible. Yo, shout out to Spence for making it through that car accident too, man. Because that's it's no joke, man. You go through that trauma, and your head spinning, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You getting banged up. So I'm glad he made it out alive as a champ. As a you know what I mean? But to fight Terrence Crawford, that's a tough task for
Spence.
Yeah, I think Spence should fight someone else to get his foot in there. You know what I mean? I want to fight. I wouldn't take a fight that of a magnitude coming out of a car accident. I would like to test myself out with someone who's ranked well within the 10s, but just to see where I'm at. But to fight a champion, I wouldn't do that right off of a car accident. I think that's too much trauma at one. You understand what I'm saying?
Who do you think is better out of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? I don't think the gap is
Spence.
spaced out.
I think Spence is. If Spence was, I think Spence might win that. I think Spence is taller than him, and if Spence used that reach, it's all about that reach. I'm telling you, if he used that reach right, I think he would beat Terrence Crawford.
Do you think?
I like Terrence Crawford as my man's man. He from Nebraska too, Omaha. You know what I mean? So that's Terrence Crawford. That's the champ too. But I think Terrence Crawford will beat Pacquiao, and I think Errol Spence will beat Terrence Crawford. So I think Errol Spence is the true champion in that division right now. But we haven't seen Errol Spence fight yet.
Errol Spence is 5'10". And Terrence Crawford's 5'8". He's just skinnier. He kind of looks taller than he was.
Yeah.
2-inch, 74-inch weight. No, actually, Terrence Crawford got the reach, so it kind of makes up.
What Terrence Crawford? What 73?
74-inch. Errol Spence 72-inch. You know what I'm saying?
I think his height makes up for those 2 inches. Believe it or not. That's what she said. No, but no, but I think his height will make up for the 2 inches. It's kind of like you're an eagle. You're on top of you have a better chance of.
You lost me.
You have a better chance of getting someone from the sky than from someone shooting you down from. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like an eagle, like a hawk.
Yeah. Interesting. But
the geometry. No.
But February 22nd, fight party going down at my house. It's going down, man. We cooking children, we cooking midgets, we cooking grannies. You know what I'm saying? We got baby teeth, we got fake teeth, we got all kind of shit going on, man. It's probably gonna be illegal in about 4 countries. So I cannot wait till it goes down, man. We drinking, you know what I'm saying, Hennessy, we drinking Douce, we drinking, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Blood, cow's blood.
We drinking Kool-Aid, all kind of shit is going down, boy. It is going down. I can't wait, man. I'm inviting everybody.
February what?
I'm inviting you, your mama. Yes, I'm inviting everybody.
February what?
February 22nd. Will you be able to make it? Probably not, but at least I know I invited you.
Maybe. You
ain't going nowhere.
You think you're gonna be in Columbus at the time or no?
No.
Oh, I don't know. You never know, man.
Stop telling the world my business. But anyway,
Okay, I'm sorry.
real quick, because I'm about to this, man, because we've been going on and on and on.
No doubt, bro, man. I love you, man. Thanks for even it's been a while since been on here, man. We need to be more productive on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We about to get back on it, man. We got another banger coming up Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We talking about black funerals. You know what I mean? That's something that is kind of taboo in the black community. There's certain topics that most families, most people don't talk about, burying, type of burials. My brother's gonna come with a plethora of information. You know what I'm saying? The baby face strangler over there is about to come with a plethora of information. You know what I'm saying? About, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times what we do is we wait till something happens, and then the family is stuck with a huge budget on how to bury your black ass. And what type of burial do you want? And you know what I mean? So he's gonna come with some information that's gonna knock your socks off. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna close the hole in your socks. How about that?
Yeah. It's gonna give you nightmare zombies. You know? Yeah, I actually went to my cousin's funeral yesterday, so that was kind of like I seen something. Yeah, I actually went to a funeral yesterday. Got in a car accident, so it was a closed casket. So I don't know the damage to his body. So we talk about the closed casket, the different ways, different funerals, just to give you an information what's best for you. You choose what you like. You know, they're gonna give you the options in these funerals home. So, but we gotta talk about it, man, because we have to prepare ourselves, because the last thing you want is your black ass to get burnt. Or is that good for you? Or is that what you want? Be burnt. You know what I mean? That's another option. You can be burnt, cremated. What do you think is right?
That's the question, and y'all heard it all live, direct from the baby face strangler himself.
Yes.
So tune in Thursday to another episode of A Black Man's Thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Doses.
But I love y'all. You take care of yourself, man. You stay off the porn.
I got to, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Stop watching your granny porn. You know what I'm saying?
Grecian wrestling, mud wrestling.
That's silly, man. Tell your Mishpachah said shalom, shalawala, ala, bala, bala, kusala. You know what I mean? Much love.
Business, we don't care about you. From the AM to the PM, we be doing what we do. We don't make no time for you.